Is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning. My name is Danny, and I will be giving you today's webinar. Let me know if you guys see my screen okay and if you hear me fine as well. Today we're going to be talking about results. Remember that last week I showed you the different parts of our search, and then today I'm just going to give you the results. Please let me know if you have any questions, doubts about anything I'm going through, or regarding the results area. I will go over, I can repeat, and so on. Okay? Let me just log in. Okay. I'm going into my regular search. I can either click here or in my main account. Okay. And I'm going to make a random search in Broward. I like Broward more. 33325. Or actually, single family with the market value equal or less than 350, and the potential equity of equal or greater than, let's say, 35. Okay. Do you guys see my screen? Okay. So I made a general search. I just left it in public records so that I can show you the different statuses that we're gonna get. It might not have much variety because I already put a potential equity in general. Generally, that comes with properties that are for sale, potential short sales, let's say. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and click search so that you guys can see. See, not too many variety. Okay, so the first thing that we see, or that gets my eye particularly, is the green, or the different colors that we have here, the circles. I have a lot of questions of how am I supposed to memorize what all this is? Of course, very easy. Green and black is for sale. They are active listings, and if we go to the top right, we're gonna see the legend. It's this one. It's active for sale, so it's not it has a listing agent, and if you even click on the property, it's gonna say active for sale. It doesn't have any type of mortgage or list pendants or anything. It's just for sale. And then if we scroll a little bit lower, we have 8 and 9 that are with purple. Now I'm gonna go back into my legend and I'm gonna show you. You see that the purples are active foreclosures or active pre-foreclosures. So if we take a look at this and then tilt our head a little to the right, we have a foreclosure column, and the P means pre-foreclosure. It means that this property is an active pre-foreclosure. Okay? Now, let me scroll a bit lower and show you this one. This brown one is a closed sale. So all the ones in brown are closed. Now, depending on, of course, the color, they have different, it's either closed, pre-foreclosed, or closed, foreclosed. Okay? Let me know if we have any questions so far. Okay. Now, going to the followed and to the mailing campaign status. If you have this or any particular property in your results, your list of results in your follow-up, remember that the follow-up is only for professional and professional dialer. That property is going to show identified. It means that you're not going to be adding it again to your follow-up if you select all this list. It's going to add all of them except for that property that you already have. And you're going to see that it has a B. So, of course, you don't have to take time to take a look at that property because you already looked at it. Okay? And then we have the mailing campaign, or the mailbox, actually, which is telling you that you have these, for example, in this case, these 3 properties. I have it added to a mailing campaign, so I don't have to. Or it's my choice, of course. I don't have to add them into my next mailing campaign. So I select all of them except for these. Now, let's say I had a question yesterday that I want to export not this information, but an information or data that I select to export in my list of results. Did you guys know that with REIFax you can do it? Well, I am your savior for today because I'm going to show you. So you see that this is the default template. What I mean is that you in REIFax can modify your grid of results. Okay? Your grid of results, this is the default, and we are going to create a new one. Over here, I have a lot created. I, in fact, have some from webinars as well, but I'm going to show you. Let's go ahead and click New. And I'm going to put in today's 26. Now, any of the tabs or data that we have here, and if REIFax has it for these properties, it's going to import it into your grid. So, for example, I want to create a grid that has property address, beds, bath, debt to equity. Let's say we had already selected if it's for sale or not, so I'm just not going to put it in. And we see the different colors as well, so it's not necessary. I'm going to put pre-foreclosure and foreclosure selection if it has a known debt. And if you guys have any suggestions of what I should add into this template, go ahead, please, and let me know. I'm going to put in market value. And since they're all for sale, I'm going to click on this tab for sale. And I'm going to scroll down to agent name, agent phone number 1, and then listing price. There we go. And I'm going to put it right by the market value. Okay, so there I just created my template of the different data that I want to see in this layout. Okay, I'm going to click save, and I'm going to select it and click load. You can always, if you miss something, you can always go back and put in, take out anything you want. You can edit. Okay, so over here I selected the different grid that we just created, and you see that I added address, bed, bath, equity, foreclosure information, known debt, market value, listing price, and then agent name and agent phone. Okay? And with this data, I want to select it because I have 32. Remember that we now have a limit of up to 5,000 properties to export monthly. So click wisely. Let's say I'm going to just take out these because I already approached. And I can click Excel. And it's just going to start downloading. If you don't see it at the bottom of your browser and you're using, for example, Google Chrome, which is this one in this case, you can click on your downloads and you can find it there. If not, in your archives in your computer, you're going to be able to find it. Okay. Let's say you can as well print the properties. Okay. And it's going to generate a PDF or another tab in a PDF where you're going to be able to print this layout. Let's let it load a second so I can show you. Okay, it's gonna download a PDF file with all these properties. Okay, let me change screen so that I can show you. Okay, do you guys see it? So here I downloaded everything that I had in my results. There you can see the layout, like I said, that we just created. I'm going to go back into my list of results. And with all these properties, I can as well create my printing labels. You have the different types, the label size. I apologize. If you want the owner address or the property address, okay. You have the alignment to the right or to the center. Let's say center. And then if you want current residence or not, I'm just going to click yes. And it's going to generate another tab or actually PDF. And I'm going to show you how I just generated everything. There you go. And this, I'm just going to cut it out and put it in my envelope. This is like the first step, and I was told this is the first step to the mailing campaign, correct? And then we have the intelligent market. With the intelligent market, we're going to find owner name, corporation, owns 2 properties. Let's see if it gives us something. Okay, for the intelligent market, it's going to give me for the list of results an owner that or somebody that owns more than 2 properties. But in this case, this owner is out of state. You can see he's in Arizona. And if we click on the name, it's going to give us the 2 properties. Okay, so if you want a wider list of results, or if you have a wider list of results, you can click the intelligent market and it's going to give you cash buyers, let's say. Okay. I'm going to go back into my results. And of course, I apologize. With this, you can take a look at the overview. You can go back. You can print, add these properties into your follow-up, create mailing campaign. I mean, it's like the same list of results, just that you can't modify it. Okay. I'm going to go back into my results and I'm going to show you mailing campaign. Okay, so you can add as well all these properties or any of the lists that you generate in your results, or select. Okay, let's say that I just want these 5. I can create a mailing campaign. Remember that you previously have to have created the letter in order to generate it, okay? And I'm just going to click new campaign. And I'm going to add these 5 properties, okay? In case you already have a mailing campaign created and you just want to add these into a list that you previously have had, you can do that as well, okay? Let's say to this one, I can add them as well. And now if I click refresh, you'll see that they now have the mailbox. Okay, we already went through the legend. Remember that the legend is synchronized through the property status, depending on the colors that you get. They mean different statuses, of course. Let's say, for example, you're searching public records and you get properties only in blue. So it will all depend on if the color, the outside color, that is what you're going to depend on, because the blue is properties by owner. They're not in any type of procedure. They don't have any agent assigned. So mainly these are what my users object to mailing campaigns, okay? The ones in blue. And I'll make a search in a bit so that you can see how it's going to show up. And then we have our map view to see where all the properties are located. And then we have our grid view, which is the regular one that we just created. And then we have our detailed view. The detailed view, you can say that it's a small overview of each property. I do actually like this one much more. But you do have the same options. You can select up to 250 per page, export up to 250 per page. And then you have the same options that we have in the normal grid view, except modify the data inside yet. Okay, I'm going to make a search in blue by owner. I apologize, not in blue. Okay, single family. And okay. Over here you see that most of my properties, of course, are in blue, like I said. Blue is by owner. Like I said, it's not in any type of procedure. They may have a mortgage, they may have a known debt, but they do not have any agent. They are not selling. Okay? So, in this case, this one in purple, let's go over here. Remember, purple is foreclosed or pre-foreclosed, and then we scroll a little bit to the right and you see the little P. So it's in a pre-foreclosure by owner. Okay? If we click on it, it will give you the foreclosure, or apart from the actual status, it's going to give you as well the foreclosure tab, and you're going to see property not sold. Okay, I'm going to go back, and then we see the brown one, which is a property that is already a closed sale. I'm not sure what you guys as realtors or investors actually do with closed sales. But we can see on this list that I use it a lot and that I have many of them added into my mailing campaign and that many of them as well are added into my follow-up. Okay? So here we have what is our results page. Do we have any questions so far? Please. Okay, so yesterday I was asked, how do we look for vacant properties? I'm going to show you the easiest way. Okay, let's put on hold what I was going to say. I was asked that if we can search for multiple zip codes at the same time. Yes, we can. Definitely yes. Okay, so for example, I'm going to search in, like I said, my favorite or the one that I know best is Broward. I'm going to search 33325 and then comma space 33023. These, and you can add as many as you want, except if I search like this in exact, it's going to give me an error because we're searching, it's not correct. Okay? If I go back, I'm going to select multiple contains. And that is where you're going to be able to add as many zip codes as you want. And it's going to search in only these. Now, multiple not contains is going to search everywhere in the county except these two zip codes that I added. So now I can make my search and it's going to give me correctly. And you can see, I can arrange it into, let's see. There we go. Now what I was going to say is that I was asked yesterday if we can search for vacant properties. Yes, we can. Vacant properties may be abandoned. Okay? All you need to do is select the type of data that you want, if it's either public records or for sale. And you can select the type of property over here. I'm sorry, the type of data and then the type of property. If you want it in any type of pre-foreclosure, foreclosure, and then we just go into our vacant tab over here and click yes. Voila. There you're going to get all the properties that are vacant in Broward according to REIFax. Now, the only detail is that I have this special filter of vacant, yes or no, because I have the professional dialer. Only with the professional dialer you will be able to have the vacant tab and the vacant date. So if I search over here, it's going to give me only properties that are vacant. Okay? I'm going to make it a little bit shorter, that list. Let's see what we get like this. Okay. So now I got 37 properties. Some are for sale. Remember that I didn't specify if I wanted it for sale or not, so that's why we have different statuses over here. And I didn't specify either if I wanted it pre-foreclosure or not, so that's why we have some mixed up, okay? Depending on what you select in your search, you're going to have over here. So I left it in any. If I didn't want any foreclosure information, I would have just left it in no, and it's going to filter it even more. If I do want some type, you see 34, and we don't see any more purple here. That's wonderful. Okay? And if I want, I'm just going to leave it in any. And for example, I want to search only properties that are not for sale. Okay. I'm going to click over here. And then there we go. We got this one, but let's see what it gives. Okay, active for rent. So it's not for sale, it's for rent. The rest are not for sale. So if we take a look into it, we can see the different data that we have, the owner information, owner for relatives. And this one is actually expired. It has okay. Rather than that, yes, but you can search by vacant properties, but you have to make sure that you do have the professional dialer. Now, if you want vacant land, you do have it from the platinum on to professional dialer. You can search for vacant land as well. Okay, so we can search over here, and it's going to give us the vacant lands that we have in Broward. Of course, for this zip code, it's going to be very difficult. There you go. Okay, I was just asked as well if I can search for lots instead of by zip codes, if we can search by lots. If anyone has a question, please, or the answer, I'm sorry, please raise your hand. Okay. You can search by lot, but you would have to actually, let's say, you would actually have to use the map. Okay. I'm going to take this bar out of the middle. Okay. So I'm going to be searching in, I don't want Miami-Dade. I have to change that default. And I'm going to go into here, for example, and I'm going to select a lot. There I selected it, and I'm going to search only in this area. Now, what do we add over here? I mean, if you want to search only to see what all the properties that Public Records has in this selected area, you just click search. Although, what you can do, or an easy way is, you can search single family and start adding your filters from there, okay? And then it will obviously filter all the properties in this area. So instead of using a zip code, I'm actually just selecting the area in the map, okay? I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, make sure when you search for beds and bath, don't leave it in equal. It's very, very specific, and you may not get any results like this. Okay, equal or less, equal or less. If you leave it in equal, remember. There you go. Do we have any questions so far? Okay. Okay. So remember, I was just speaking about the vacant properties. You are only able to have this because the regular professional only has up to life estate. It doesn't give you the vacant tab or the vacant filter. So you would need the professional dialer in order to have vacant properties, okay? Or to search for vacant properties. Now, if you want to search for vacant land, you are able to do it from the platinum to professional dialer. You'll have access to that, but not the vacant tab, okay? And then now I have another question. Okay, can we search for properties on by how large the land is, like 1 or more acres? Yes, we can. And are these properties for sale? It depends. Remember that depending on what you're searching for over here or what you add in your filters, you'll be able to find in your results, okay? So in this case, I added just public records data, and it's going to search in all the data that we have in REIFax, okay? So if I go into my results, you'll see that we have a mix of properties that are by owner. This one may be for rent. And well, this search only has properties by owner. But if I search in, for example, for sale, it's going to get me only properties that are active for sale. So remember that it all depends on what you add in your list of filters over here. Now, how do you search by gross area? Like the lot size? Yes, you can. You can search for this. You do have in the public records filters, if you scroll down, we have lot size and gross area. And then we have living area, which is like the actual construction of the property, okay? But the gross area is the actual, I don't know, the gross area, I guess. It's like the full area of the property, okay? Not only construction. Can we search for multifamily lots or homes? Yes, multifamily homes, more or less than 10 properties. We can search for them. I'm gonna go back. Okay, I'm gonna change really quick my default because I don't like changing back into my Broward, okay? I'm going to click over here. Okay. And going back into my search. Okay, so you asked if, let me see the questions again. Can we search for multifamily lots or homes? Yes, we can. So remember that you can, in the type of property, you either have multifamily more than 10 or multifamily less than 10. So you are able to find it. In the last webinar, I'm not actually going through the whole procedure again, but you can find it in the REIFax page. I'll show you right before we end this webinar on how we can search for example, duplex or triplex properties. Okay? If you are a realtor, it may be easier for you. And if you have the license, of course, you give it to us and we will help you out with the permission. We will add another set of filters for your account, and you will have the remark section where you can find or where you can actually search for your duplex or triplex. I'm not sure if you were actually asking for that. I'm going to show you really quick where we can find our webinars for, or our previous webinars, I apologize. In the main page, resources, webinars. Here you're going to find all the webinars that we have done of the new system. Remember that we have upgraded. And you're going to see the different sections. Remember that we divided by parts. So last week it was searches. This week We spoke about a little about our results and searches, because in order to get to one, you have to go through a search. But yes, you will have the different, let's say, the different sections of the system. Now, remember, you have the length over here, so that some may be a little long. But if you don't want to go, or if you don't want to pass the whole day watching webinars, and you just have like specific questions of the system, you can actually just go into the help section, and you will have videos up to 8 minutes long, very, very short, of detailed parts of the system. Because the webinars are like the different sections, let's say search, follow-up, task, emails, mailing campaign, settings, templates, right? But in our help, you have, for example, how to send a contract from the overview, or how to send an offer from the follow-up, or how to create tasks. So it has very detailed and yeah, very detailed videos. So they're very short, and they're going to be very useful for you. Guys, do we have any questions for what I have showed you today? Please do ask any questions that we have. Great. I guess I have cleared many of your doubts. If you do have any questions, please do give us a call or write through the live chat. Remember that we are here online from Monday to Friday from 9 to 6 p.m. Okay? And you can also contact us by phone or by email at reifax@gmail.com. No, we actually, I do give it sometimes, and my coworker Ali also does the webinar. I hope I have been a good speaker for you today. And if you have any questions directly to me, please do write, "Hey, Danny, I have a question about the webinar." We will be uploading it today, maybe maximum Friday. Okay? So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and have a excellent closure of the week. Okay?